no shortage of new places to stay in our region, yet one of the newest is also one of the oldest, the Mansions on Fifth Hotel in Pittsburgh's Shadyside neighborhood. The hotel occupies a turn-of-the-century mansion on what used to be Millionaires Row in the city's East End, and it offers a unique taste of life in that era before pesky things like insider trading laws and the income tax. The restoration of the historic building has been honored by the Master Builders Association of Western Pennsylvania with a Building Excellence Award. And a husband-wife team made it happen. Richard Pearson, owner of Mansions on Fifth Hotel, along with Mary Del Brady, who also is a serial biotech entrepreneur in her own right. Plus with us, Michael Kuhn, Vice President of Jendoco Construction, which did the rebuild on the Mansions on Fifth. Welcome. Good to see all three of you.
Good to be here, Bill.
And first off, for the two of you, congratulations. You saved a gem, saved a real architectural treasure for Pittsburgh.
Thanks, Bill. From the moment I saw the building, it was something we needed to do. It was a building that needed to be saved. And fortunately, the community rallied around us to help make this happen.
Really cool. A little bit of the history of the building, Mary Del?
It was constructed in 1906 by Willis McCook, who was, as I call him, one of Pittsburgh's quieter industrialists, also one of the nation's first corporate lawyers. And during the time that he was building it, his daughter Bessie became engaged. And so there's a second building on the estate, an 8,000 square foot Tudor, in addition to the 25,000 square foot McCook mansion that now comprise the Mansions on Fifth.
Wow, and a pretty good sized site for being right in the middle of the city.
It's about a 38,000 square foot corner lot, prime corner lot.
I imagine a lot of developers in town had their eyes on that property if you could just get those pesky old buildings out of the way, right?
There were quite a few who approached the previous owners, the Bonavita family, and to their credit, Emil and Marie Bonavita would not sell it to anyone who wanted to tear down the buildings. Okay. And so they only entertained offers from those of us who wanted to restore the buildings, and fortunately we were the lucky winners.
Wow, turn it into a hotel. This has got to be a cool project to get to work on. Like, you don't get one of these every day.
No, you don't. No, it's a very special project. To be able to be a part of transforming this legacy is very exciting for Jendoco, for sure.
Any specific, challenges or issues you have to deal with when you're taking a building that old and turning it into a modern hotel? Or, yeah, where do you start? Right.
This could be a long segment. There were many challenges. One of the premier challenges was that through this process, Richard and Mary Del had the building put onto the National Registry of Historic Places, which meant that we had to follow the Secretary of Interior standards, which created a lot more things that we had to pay attention to, such as the rear terrace, making sure that it was exactly the way that it was, and the exterior couldn't change. So windows, we had to do certain things with the windows to make sure that it was energy efficient, yet still maintained the look. There were a lot of significant interior spaces that we had to make sure we kept the same as it was before.
So you open yourselves up to a lot of headaches by getting on the National Register. Why do you think it was important to do that?
Well, part of our mission really was to save these buildings for the next 100 years, and we wanted them to be recognized for the important architectural and historic buildings, they are, and so it was important for us to do that. It also, from a financial point of view, enabled us to take advantage of historic preservation tax credits, which were an important part of the financing for the project.
And really, the architectural features are just amazing. You don't find them in too many other hotels, even here in our region, right?
They're absolutely jaw-dropping. That's the way I describe them. Everyone that walks through that front door, sees the wow factor of wood carvings that could not be reproduced today. So that was really it. Richard saw the house. He wasn't kidding. The minute he saw it go up for sale, he was on the phone calling because he wanted it. It took him 2 months to get me in there.
Because you knew what you were in
he
for,
knew.
right?
And then after that, once in, 5 steps into it, it was how could anybody not want to restore this? How could anybody want to take this down? It just didn't make any sense.
So that's saving the building and the restoration and everything. We have about a minute left. Tell me a little bit about the hotel and sort of what your niche is in the hospitality industry.
Well, it's a very special niche. I think we're the only one in Pittsburgh. We do have other high-end hotels, the Omni certainly another historic hotel, but to provide the kind of very personalized, you know, step back in time, but at the same time have a modern experience with hi-fi and iPads and so on and so forth, is just not something that exists. To have it in the heart of Shadyside, which is, you know, our own cultural center, if you will, so that we get travelers from all over the world through our association with Historic Hotels of America, but also our association with the universities, and to give them a bite of Pittsburgh history, to give them all that beauty, to have them feel like they've just spent time in a very good friend's, very rich friend's home,
To say the least.
and to want to come back because it's a warm reception. It's a unique niche for a hotel.
Well, really cool. I assume you have a website.
Yes.
We do.
www.mansionsonfifth.com.
All right, we're looking for a place to stay next time you have somebody coming to visit the region, or even if you if you live here and you just want a different experience, check it out. Again, congratulations, Richard Pearson, Mary Del Brady, for making this possible, and Michael Kuhn and the folks at Jendoco for actually bringing it to life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Bill.
Bill.
And we'll be back in a minute with a little dollars and cents. Stay with us.